Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Pick and Roll live stream right here on the Board YouTube channel, the Hammers NBA Content Division. And we're live here today for 3 NBA free picks for that Wednesday slate that we're going to be giving to you in just a second here. Following up yesterday's winning start to the week. The winning start to the week that was delayed because of Pips' hand injury, but despite the hand injury, Pips came through again for that easy win, which we'll recap a little bit later. Look at that cast showing it off here and still finding the time to do the show and fighting through to do the show like this. So how it works in the show, we'll give you all 3 free picks right away. Then we'll go to Pips here, the handicap for all 3 of those plays. So if you want to wait a little bit to hear the analysis, you can do so. If you want to make sure you lock in the best price, you can tail them right away. It is up to you. After that, we'll go into the recap of the previous show's plays. And then if we have any sort of discussion topics, we'll get into that, which today we want to talk about the Miami Heat and their 7-game losing streak. Is it time to worry at all about that team? So all of that on the way today. So smash the like button to get us started, help drive us up in that YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to the channel for content like this every weekday morning. With that, let's get into the free picks we have here. We have just straight player props today. We have one at MGM, one at FanDuel, and one at DraftKings here. And all these plays today, we're going to be comfortable with any blowouts, comfortable with any injuries, comfortable with whatever may happen here as we go with 3 separate unders here. Okay, I'm just checking on one of the plays here. 2 of them are ready to go. One of them just moved off the price, so I'll just get confirmation behind the scenes here on that. But the first 2 plays that we'll give out here, first of all, it's in the Kings and Heat game. We have Domantas Sabonis under 18.5 points at minus 120 odds. That is in the Kings game against the Miami Heat. We will skip over the second play here as we look for confirmation and go directly to our third play, which we have ready, which is Kyle Kuzma under 22.5 points for minus 110 odds at DraftKings as the Clippers take on the Wizards. And we will give Pips a moment in the background here if he wants to
Yeah,
adjust
I'm
on
just
that
looking
second play.
at the Clarkson and maybe is there a better price anywhere else?
I will look quickly. So we have a play on Claxton on an under. We're looking for best in market here because it moved just before the show started, unfortunately. Um, Nothing we can really do about that. But we have
I mean, let's
the
play it there. Like it's 7-cent move. So
okay. We will play it in the same spot. So we will play Nick Claxton on an under PRA, which is minus. Okay, it moved even further here. Um, okay, I will go through the options here. We're looking for a Nick Claxton PRA under. The best available price right now is minus 116 at Bet Rivers, Sugar House, Unibet, all the Canby books. So Canby odds divider, but Bet Rivers is the big one, minus 116 for Claxton PRA. And you can also get it minus 115 at Betway if you have access to that in your region. Some other sportsbook have this at 28.5 at Heavy Juice. So if they come down to us 27.5, you
yeah,
can look for there as well. But for the time being, we will go to Bet Rivers. Still a pretty accessible sports book. Bet Rivers minus 116 on Claxton for PRA. Okay. Let's
yeah. You had a good point there. So a lot of bookies held him at 28.5 heavy juice. So they will eventually move to 27 and they will have a better numbers. I'm saying about BetMGM, DraftKings, Pinnacle, Caesars, all these big books will eventually move the number down and we'll probably get minus 115 at 27.5, maybe even minus 112, 120, which is still playable. So feel free to bet at minus 120.
Okay, so throughout the day, we get viewers throughout the day. If you can get minus 120 or better on the under on PRA, then take that one. Okay, we'll work on this in the background. I'll work on this in the background, but for the time being, let's go to the plays. Let's go to that first play once again. It was the Domantas Sabonis play on the under on points. Pierce, why don't you take us through this?
Yeah, the thing about this game is Sabonis is heavily matchup dependent. So far this season, a huge correlation between his scoring in good matchups and in terrible matchups. And if you take a look at this, This is the Mantas Sabonis when he is playing uh, average to above average defense. He's under in 15 out of 20 games and average only 16.4 points. His play types look kind of awful. He doesn't allow transition, doesn't allow free throws, above average pick and roll defense, good post up defense. So play types look terrible for him. Domantas Sabonis scoring 66% of his shots from the restricted area. Miami Heat allows second least attempts at the rim in the entire league. So this is very difficult matchup for Sabonis. And he was on this crazy run with scoring against poor teams and his line got inflated. I was just hoping, okay, let's get the first difficult matchup and to bet Sabonis under on his points, and this is the one. The Miami Heat allows the least points to opposing centers so far this season. They held, I think, I manually went through the numbers, but I think they held like 25 of 30 centers under when Adebayo was playing. So great number. Great stuff to bet. Always the entire season, betting centers under against Miami Heat is a good thing.
All right, so there we have it on the first play here. So just trying to cover our bases with the chat as well. People ask, we don't typically go to Bet Rivers for any of the plays here. So uh, question marks about not being able to get the amount down you want at Bet Rivers. There's quite a few books who use the same odds provider as Bet Rivers. So if you have access to Unibet in your region, if you're in Ontario, if you have access to North Star Bets, they will have the exact same price. Also, Ontario, Leo Vegas, and other places will have Leo Vegas, and Unibet. You can look there. Betway also has the same price as minus 115 instead of the minus 116 at Bet Rivers. And as we said, other ones could come down as the day
I
goes
mean,
on. So continue to check that.
Claxton line is minus 125. FanDuel bet as much as you can at me minus 116 at Bet Rivers, and then the rest go to the FanDuel to
That's
lower
true.
your buying points. I mean, I don't want you to bet then minus 25 only because I know this number should open up better at some places later. So it's not that I hate when minus 25. I just think you can get better number in like 30 minutes and 40 minutes when they move his line from 28 down.
For those who have to get down, you can also take, like, if you play most at minus 116, some at minus 125, you can average out your number to be better than minus 120 combined with those two plays as well. So
Yeah, I,
uh,
I use that strategy a lot actually.
so
I
again,
just
go
like
with that, go
when
with
I
what you
have some
can.
bookie that will limit me to like, yeah, I just mix in maybe even three bookies if I need. So like betting on lower limit bookies, you can bet on three or four different just in middle out the numbers, and that's probably one of the best strategies you can deploy here.
Okay, so that's where we'll go for this one. We have a update here. We have a super chat coming through from Sean Glenn. Thank you so much to Sean Glenn. Another amazing super chat that came from the show. Thank you so much. We really appreciate the support with these consistent super chats. It really does support the content. Sam C also notes that Fanatics and PointsBet have under 28.5 PRA at minus 125. So definitely that is a superior play if you have access to those sports books in your region. So take advantage of those numbers as well if you can. So a lot of different ways to play this. We provided a lot of different methods. Best case right now is to play Bet Rivers or Betway. If not, wait a little bit, and there's confidence that the number will come down to a suitable area. Okay, let's go to.
So
Okay.
additional comment, just quick of an additional comment. So when the number on FanDuel moves that quickly, so some big account shared it or some private group bet it heavily. So that's why it moves so
Yeah,
quick.
or just a profile player or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. So it could come down. Anyways, let's go to the second play here. This is the Claxton play. This is the highly debated one at the moment. I will work on bringing up a graphic here, but we will play it for minus 116 at Bet Rivers. Pips, why do you like Nick Claxton in this matchup?
So Phoenix Suns defense with Nurkic is actually pretty good inside. They don't allow rebounds to opposing bigs. They don't allow points inside the two opposing bigs. Yeah, if you can shoot, you'll probably do well because Nurkic will sag off and let you shoot over him, playing some drop coverage. But so far this season, like these two teams played. Already this season, and it was a lineup with Beal, with Booker, and with Durant and Nurkic. And Claxton had 22 PRAs in in 33 and a half minutes, almost 34 minutes in this game. But if you take a look at the numbers, on the graphic, we can see that Claxton is not a player to cover this line. So this is using 24 to 35 minutes. Cam Thomas is starting. He is not passing the ball to anyone. I watched the game, last game against Utah Jazz. I don't think he made two passes out of drives like the entire game, which is insane. We can see his average on the season is 24.8. He's under in 18 out of 24 games. And I think we could see some minutes reduction from Claxton in this game because, believe it or not, Ben Simmons is back. And I was fortunate to watch the game against Utah Jazz, and he looked amazing.
Hmm.
Ben Simmons probably was like second or third best player for the Nets in that game, and he was heavily limited. And the thing is, they didn't. So throughout the entire game, they didn't match their minutes, Claxton and Simmons. And with Simmons playing so great and his minutes probably going a bit up, if he sees 20 minutes, that means Claxton will see only 28 minutes. And that's the thing I'm going with. I think Claxton was heavily used late couple of late games. He was playing like 38 minutes, 36 minutes, huge minutes. And that's why his PRAs increased to 27 and a half. This line should be 24 and a half usually when he plays 30 minutes. And now I think he'll play 30 or less minutes. And in a difficult matchups against the Nurkic, against the Suns, he will get pulled out from the rim because they'll switch probably on him on Beal, on Booker, on KD. He could actually get into foul trouble in this game because he will be attacked a lot. So yeah, I just think rebounds against Nurkic, one of the probably top three worst matchups for rebounds. Assist also shouldn't work, and his scoring with Cam Thomas starting should be also way down, and his minutes should be down with Ben Simmons being back.
All right. There we have it for the second play after much deliberation. Let's go to the third play. This one was much easier. Just simple. Kyle Kuzma under 22 and a half. We got it minus 110 at DraftKings as the Wizards take on the Clippers. All right. Third under the day. Take it away, Pips.
Yeah, I think this could be a blowout. 20 point and 12 and a half spread against the Clippers, who just lost to the Cavs and should be fired up to go in this game and just completely destroy this team. I mean, the Clippers blown out Boston Celtics at home. The Celtics, who were 21 and 1 at that time at home, got blown out by the Clippers. Everyone is finally healthy on the Clippers besides Zubac. Paul George is out of limited minutes. Kawhi Leonard is playing great. Harden is playing great. Westbrook is finally playing great. They have Powell, just a way better team than Wizards, of course, and they've been playing great lately. So I think this could be a blowout, and that's only a bit help to this bet. We can take a look at the graphics for this one. He kind of boosted his numbers against terrible teams. If you take a look at this graphic specifically, we only excluded like top worst 10 teams in the league by defensive rating. And he's under in 74% of the games, average only 20 points. Yeah, and also that game against the Knicks was without OG Anunoby, without Mitchell Robinson. That was right before the trade when OG didn't play in that game. Even the overside, I think this one game specifically against the 76ers, it was a blowout game, and he still played some minutes in that game, and 76ers didn't even try on defense in that one. So yeah, he's scoring like 19 to 21 points mostly in these difficult matchups. And he's going against Kawhi Leonard probably. I think Kawhi Leonard will guard him, or Terrence Mann, or Paul George, whatever it is. It's difficult matchup for him one on one. They are not allowing many spot up shots, and yeah, Clippers are allowing third least points to opposing power forward and so on and so on. I just think Kuzma is currently a bit trending down, and blowout chance, a difficult matchup. This should be great for an underbet.
All right, so there you have it. Three plays on the slate today. We'll recap them a little bit later on. Want to take a second here to kind of go through how it was so easy for us to adjust on the Nick Claxton PRA bet. For stuff like this, I always use an odds comparison tool like BetStamp, and would highly recommend you do the same. Super easy to find out where the best price is available in market. All you have to do is go to the player prop page for whatever matchup you want to see. Went to Nick Claxton, went to PRA, and easily went through the best lines that are available here. Sometimes it can take a minute or two to adjust, as you can see with the FanDuel line here, but was quickly able to see best price in market is available at BetRivers at minus 116. So if you're watching the show later on in the day, some of these prices that we go through that for Pips' bets aren't available a few hours later, but you could still have the same price available at a different sports book. So see what's available in your region. Go use a tool like BetStamp Line Shop and sign up to whatever's in your region by using the link that is in the description as well. It's our affiliate link through BetStamp to sign up to the sports books in your region to support the show a little bit extra and make yourself a bit better of a sports bettor by maximizing your profits. Okay. We see that. Okay, sorry, never mind. Let's go to the recap of the previous day's plays. And it was just a one play, and it was a one very easy one. It was nice and easy. I think this one cashed in the third quarter as the Boston Celtics took on the Indiana Pacers here. We had a bit of deliberation over the prices for this bet again, but no matter what price you took pretty much for this one, it was an easy winner on Jason Tatum and on Jaylen Brown. I was watching the Raptors here, but Pips, I know you were watching the game, of course. Yeah, what was it about the Pacers defense that made this one so easy?
As expected, single coverage and Brown and Tatum cooking in this game. Yeah, they just unable to get a stop, which is insane because they actually had good defensive players. Like Miles Turner is good on defense, Pascal Siakam is good on defense, Naismith is good on defense, Nemhard is good on defense. Like if you take a look at all those players, like they are all capable defensive players. Like all like uh, I would say like slightly positive on defensive side of the court, and they couldn't get a stop on Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown. They did defend in single coverage. They didn't double either. So pretty easy game. When I expect some defensive scheme, and if it's like exactly like how I expected, I usually have winners. The problem is when they switch something up, and yeah, but this was like easy man. Like 6 minutes into the second half, we had a winner here.
All right, so yeah, nice and easy with the bet. We'll take that absolutely, and hopefully get some more winners from the three picks today. As much as there was a winner yesterday on the show, a team that has not been winning recently is the Miami Heat. Weirdly, they have gone 0-4 since the trade for Terry Rozier, but they lost 3 games in a row prior to that. So the Miami Heat have lost 7 games in a row. They are now only 1 game above 500 and rather fittingly sit at 7th in the Eastern Conference. Along the way, they've lost to some tough teams, absolutely. The Grizzlies are getting better, but they also lost to the Hawks. They also lost to the Raptors, blown out by the struggling Magic. Also, by the way, they were absolutely destroyed by the Raptors. I'll mention as well. 33-point loss to the Celtics, double-digit loss to the Suns. Yeah, after such a great start to the season, Pips, what do you think is going wrong for the Miami Heat that is contributing to this losing streak?
Yeah, did they like fail on offensive end so much? I think they need to like decide who is the number one option and who is a go-to player. Now it's a bit of a mess. It's Terry Rozier, it's Tyler Hero, it's Butler, it's Adebayo. Adebayo usual in January drop for Bema Adebayo after crashing to start the season. Butler didn't turn on his post All Star aggressiveness. Tyler Hero had some. They asked about how he adjusted to Rozier being on the team. He said he's just trying to like feed the team and play off the ball, and he wasn't happy when he said that. He's like, I'm taking a like spot up shooter role, and he was. I think he was actually very angry about it, and like very unhappy with that decision. So yeah, maybe some things like inside stuff with from Miami Heat, but they were never good in regular season like for the last couple of years. So I don't think it's something to worry about when it comes to the playoffs. But they still need for sure need to figure out how to win some regular season games because as you said, like they didn't even lose to great teams. They lost to the Hawks. They lost to the Magic. They lost to the Knicks. Without I think it was still the game without OG or maybe OG play yeah OG played in that game, but losing to Memphis is insane when you look at the Memphis roster in that game. Like that was projected to be like that blowout win by the Heat, and they lost by 9, which is insane. If you take a look at the roster, and the worst part of it, it was game at home. So terrible stuff happening for the Heat.
Memphis have been like kind of playing pretty well recently. I don't know what it is about this team, but
I mean, they have great coach. That's the thing.
yes.
Like, yeah, I really love how he works, and he's, yeah, they've been playing well. They won like against Raptors, against Miami, against Magic, against Golden State Warriors.
How about
Close losses to the Pacers and Kings. Insanity. How can he turn like this G League roster in a competitive team, which is yeah,
Vince Williams, by the way?
yeah.
2022 47th overall pick, recently converted from a two-way contract. This guy's good. I've been noticing some excellent stuff in Vince Williams' game. I think he's NBA quality. What do you think?
He's huge.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like his wingspan is like massive, and he is very strong. Kind of reminds me it's like some part of the OG type of player in this league, but he's shooting like the first season and the second season, and he's already like 39% from the three. And it's not like he's only shooting like wide open spot up threes. He showed a lot, and lately even assists are there, which is probably most surprising thing for me. Like he had like 5, 8, 8, 4, 5, 2, 4, 4 assists in the last couple of games, which is like insane for a player that you expect to defend and shoot some threes. So yeah, I think
That's
he's
what a good coach can do with a team
yeah, and
like that,
also
as you
like
mentioned.
these minutes actually helped them to find some pieces for the next season when they are trying to be contending again. So
Agreed.
interesting spot.
Interesting run there. But the Heat, big time struggling. We'll see how they maneuver this sort of era here and get back on track. But the Heat, they always figure things out, it seems. So I imagine they will in this scenario as well. All right, that will do it for the show today. Before we recap, want to show you guys something that we have going on with the Hammer here. I have the link pinned in the chat right now, which you can go check out. It is our Drop Station server. We're going to start to post a little bit of extra stuff over there as part of the entire Hammer network. But if you go to the server, what you can do right now is super easy. When you go to the link, thehammer.bet/the nails, VNAILS. If you go to view your pass, you can easily enter for 2 different giveaways here. We have a Pinnacle swag bag and a BetStamp swag bag available, completely free to sign up for this. And we're going to start to add in a little bit more content in here as well. Nothing yet, but get yourself involved in our Drop Stations server. And for now as well, you can enter in these free giveaways and try to get yourself a little bit of extra swag on the side. All right. With that, let's go to the recap of today's plays. If you're tailing these plays, make sure you guys hit the like button on the stream to support the content and that you're subscribed so you catch all these picks every weekday morning. Our first play is in the Kings and Heat game. We'll see how the Heat fare in this one. But we're hoping Domantas Sabonis goes under his 18.5-point line, and we got minus 120 odds at BetMGM. Shop around. This one has moved now, but you can shop around with the BetStamp app to find the best price at the time that you're watching. For our second play, we have Nick Claxton under 27.5 PRA for minus 116 odds at BetRivers. It's like their odds are weird. It's like in between minus 115 and minus 116. But regardless, These are the odds that we have here for Claxton. In the third play, we are going to Kyle Kuzma under 22.5 points as the Wizards take on the Clippers for minus 110 odds at DraftKings. So 3 plays, 3 unders. Let's hope for all these under shenanigans that we've been dealing with when we have overs, whether it be, I don't hope for injuries, but any sort of blowouts, any sort of weird matchups, minutes not going a player's way. Let's hope we get this or even just the right matchups as Pips has predicted to give us the unders and the winners for all 3 of these plays. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll be back same time tomorrow for more from Pick and Roll, and we have the doubleheader tomorrow with myself and Kirk Evans at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss out. We'll see you again next time.